Hello everybody, my name is Gita Mary, and for today's video I want to show you my 10 favorite eco products, swaps, sustainable aspects for summer 2022. These are obviously not only relevant for the 2022 summer, but because it's coming up and I'm excited, let's talk about it. However, before we do so, this video is sponsored. This video is sponsored by Elate Cosmetics. I have been a partner of Elate Cosmetics for quite a while and I've been using their products for even longer. They've actually been the foundation for my sustainable makeup routine since I started zero waste. Their products are both cruelty-free, vegan and low waste. Their packaging is super minimal, conscious and easy to reuse, which I really appreciate. And if you want to see some of the products that I love the most and I use on the daily, I have a quite recent makeup routine video that I will link down below if you want to check it out. Also, you can find all my favorite makeup products in the link down below. Thank you so much to Elate Cosmetics for sponsoring this video. Now, let's talk about my favorites for summer 2022. First favorite is actually an Elate cosmetic product. So I think this is quite relatable, but during summertime I wear overall less makeup than I do in the winter time. I feel like my skin is better on its own during the summer, etc. I just generally wear more makeup in the winter time. However, one of the products that I love and that I think are so light and amazing and that I always keep in my bag, even during the summertime, are the Elate Better Balms. So I have two different shades. I will just show you the shades. And this is a lip balm. It's slightly tinted. I'm wearing one right now. It comes in a little glass jar that is super easy to reuse that I cannot wait to put something else into. Love these small jars. Balm-esque lip tint is something that's super easy to use during the summertime because it's not too heavy on your face. It's not something that smudges super visibly or anything like that, but it's just, a little extra. If I have to choose what kind of product to wear, I won't likely wear eyeliner during the summer. I won't even wear mascara most days. But I love doing a little bolder lip than just usual. So yeah, they're definitely going on the list. And my second favorite is sustainable swimwear. So most swimwear is made from synthetic fibers. Actually, I do believe all swimwear is made from synthetic fiber. And that's mostly for the reason that it has to be water repellent, just easier to do with a plastic petroleum based material. However, there definitely still within that genre room for improvement some places and some brands doing things better, better ways of obtaining these clothes than other ways. And I brought my favorites here. I hate showing swimwear and on, yeah, but also off, I feel like, because you can't really get an idea of what this looks like from this. This is a secondhand find, but I love this fabric. It has a marbled-esque pattern. And I think it's really nice. I got this secondhand. You can find tons of swimwear and related items secondhand via secondhand apps. I think I used Trend Sales, which is a Danish one, but you can also use, Zadar, Depop, etc. There are tons of options, and many of these pieces have never really been worn. I think this was worn a couple of times, the ad said, which I think is fine. Give it a good wash and we're good to go. But yeah, one option is definitely going secondhand. Another option is supporting a sustainable brand. Here I have two different ones that I really love. The first one is from Organic Basics. This is a one-piece swimsuit. This is made from sustainable materials. This is made from Organic Basics Rewear collection, which means that it's made from materials that were gathered both from the ocean and from landfills as well. So it's made from recycled plastic. And yeah, as I said, most swimwear, basically all swimwear, I do believe, is made from synthetic fibers because that's sort of the material that works with swimwear. So I definitely think for swimwear specifically, this is one of the better options. I am usually a little bit wary of the plastic products to clothing scheme programs, and there's a lot of room for error. There are big supply chains involved, and it's not as simple as turning a plastic bottle magically into swimwear, obviously. But because there aren't really any other choices for materials for swimwear, I'm more forgiving in this regard and usually more wary when it comes to, polyester t-shirts being made from plastic, because there are other materials that we can use that would be more sustainable. Okay, however, this swimsuit fits me so well. I love it. It's amazing. It's the only one piece that I have, and it's super elegant, and I wore it all summer also as a jumpsuit sometimes, as a little bodysuit. And the last that I want to highlight is from Anila Paris, and it looks like this. It's made from recycled fabrics. Once again, we love to see it. It's also ethically made, same as the Organic Basics one. They're both A+ when it comes to workers' rights and payment and wages and, general fair and ethical treatment, which we also definitely love to see because there's more to sustainable fashion than just sustainable materials. We need all the other things to work as well, which is why I love both these companies. But the top, okay, come on. Closest in the front, I think it's a very elegant piece, and I love the two-tonedness. I feel like Cruella de Vil on vacation whenever I wear this. So these are my 3 sustainable swimsuit options. Another clothing item that I also want to highlight, or that I feel like I have to highlight based on how much I wear it during the summer, is my 3rd favorite, which is secondhand bike shorts. I wear these things all year. However, I definitely wear them more in the summer, simply just with a big t-shirt or like a big jumper, anything like that. But I wear them constantly and always, and I feel no regrets. I love them. This is definitely the uniform for summer. And I got 2 pairs, they're both thrifted, and I got them in the men's section, like in a men's activewear, sportswear section. It fits me perfectly. I love them. It's amazing. And if you want like a solid outfit for summer, just go to the men's activewear section in a thrift store and pick up yourselves a pair of bike shorts. The next favorite is not something I have with me now, just something I'm really excited about coming up, and that is local and seasonal strawberries and peas. These, as you have probably seen on this platform by now, are my 2 favorite snacks in the whole entire world. Unless they start making curry flavored licorice or something. However, but both strawberries and peas is something I look forward to every single year. For fresh strawberries, I don't buy them out of season in Denmark, firstly, because they don't taste the same. And the taste of a fresh, seasonal, local Danish strawberry does not compare to anything else. So I know I'm going to be disappointed if I get something that's imported anyway, so I'm just not doing it. And you can't really get fresh peas outside of season, basically not. So that's something I look forward to every single summer, and Jens always jokes that I have like an entire budget saved up because I buy these foods constantly. I eat them all the time, and fun fact, I'm actually quite allergic to strawberries. I'm not quite allergic, but whenever I have like more than 8 strawberries, my hands start to feel funny and my tongue starts to feel funny. So I try to pace myself and not eat too many to cause this reaction, but I love the flavor so much, and I love to use them in cooking as well. So I cannot wait to have these foods again. Next favorite is kind of appropriate when talking about sustainable summer swaps, and that is a reef safe, sustainable and vegan sunscreen. I've gotten a couple of questions about this. I have actually an entire video where I sort of go over the different problems with most conventional sunscreens, how they damage the environment, how they damage reefs specifically, flora and fauna, and also our own bodies. So I'll leave that down below if you want to check it out. The sunscreen that I found that works the best for me is the vegan option from Amazing. It comes in this bottle, which we do love, and it's really nice, and it's also safe for the environment. Usually reef safe sunscreens have a little marking on them, so you can always check for that. And then if you want to go the extra mile, you can also check for sustainable packaging. Next one is another element of sustainable summer that I cannot show now, but I will find tons of examples from last year. But that is public transportation around the country for smaller trips. Jens and I, we have a habit of always wanting to go out on small adventures at like max 3 hours away. So we take the train and we take the bus many places. We also always go to Copenhagen at least like 3 or 4 times during the summer period, but that's mostly for work, but also because we have a great time there, and then we just enjoy all the vegan food, have a good time. But both whenever going to like cities, but also when going out into nature, trains and buses, y'all. That is definitely a sustainable swap that I want to put on this list. And also just enjoying local areas instead of always going really far away on vacation. Also a sustainable swap. One thing I definitely enjoy doing this summer is eating outside. Picnic, barbecues, etc. And for that, one of my favorite things to bring is vegan burgers. Now, I have a lot of friends that aren't vegan, and I always tell them that they don't have to think about food for me. Like, I'll just bring something myself. Firstly, because it's easier, then I know it's going to be a good thing that I bring, because sometimes when people aren't accustomed to buying vegan food or making vegan food, sometimes it's not the best. So in order for me to make sure that it's actually good, and also I have the time for it and I love doing it, so it's fine, I'll make my own food from home and I'll bring it. And my favorite thing to bring is definitely vegan burgers. I can bring everything in their own little container and assemble it once I get to the barbecue. And this year I'm going to host a summer barbecue in my garden, in my yard, in my house. And I'm very excited about that, because then obviously everything's going to be vegan as well. But anyway, vegan burgers for summer, And talking about food, both when I have to transport food to events or to parties, etc., I use special types of containers, but also definitely during the summer I end up sometimes having more takeout because we're sitting outside in park areas, we're going trips, I don't know. We end up eating out a lot, which is really tasty and amazing because you can get a lot of really tasty food. But I always bring my own container to avoid a lot of the waste. And I've definitely brought several containers, and depending on what type of food, I will adjust the type of container so it's the most practical. But my favorite to bring right now is it's this one. It's super roomy and nice. I got this in a thrift store for 30 crowns, which is, I don't know, like 3 euros or something. It's great. I actually think it is an Indian spice container. Some of you guys recognize this label on the front. I think it's an Indian spice container, but I use it a lot for takeout, and it works amazingly. I also have smaller containers that I think I've showed you many times, the small sustainable eco lunchbox type containers, which I also really need, but this has a good size, which makes it really easy for takeout. So I bring this, and it's also very lightweight. So a good takeout container for summer to avoid a lot of unnecessary waste. Another thing that I like to bring with me now, usually whenever I'm going out, I try to minimize the amount of reusables that I bring, just so my bag is not super heavy. But whenever I go to like festivals, concerts, events outside in any form, I like to bring some type of container for liquids, for beverages, etc. Because usually you will get like plastic cup after plastic cup. And if you're staying somewhere a whole day, you can accumulate a lot of plastic cups for this. So I like to bring a container. However, especially for concert venues, for events, etc., often a ceramic or a glass container will be confiscated because of safety reasons, which makes a lot of sense. We need to take care of the planet, but we also need to take care of each other. And I understand why some events don't want people bringing in glass or potentially objects that can break and be sharp, etc. So what I bring is a non-ceramic, non-glass container that cannot break into a million pieces. Sometimes it's a stainless steel cup like this. This even says my name. This is from Global Wake Cup. I do have other containers for liquids that I like more and that I use more on the daily, but because this is quite, you know, it's simple and it has the same size as many of the serving sizes for both like soda, beer, etc. You can show the people that are pouring your beverage the size of it, compare it to their normal cup so they can see that you're not really cheating them and just want more product, because that's not what it's about. Sometimes I even prefer to bring something that's a little bit smaller than the serving sizes they're using, because then they definitely can see that, hey, she's not in for, you know, like extra product. It's not like a cheap thing, it's simply just a I don't want the plastic thing. But this one has given me absolutely no problems. I've used it for plenty of events and I've never had any questions or like negative feedback or something. So I'll just keep using this, and yeah, it will never break. And lastly, a thing that you have seen on my Instagram and on my channel here as well many times, but they are these ones. I've had them for quite a long time. They are a pair of restored sunglasses from the 70s, but they are restored by a company called Linnell Vintage that are local here in Aalborg. They buy out old sunglasses and then they restore them, make them perfectly nice again, so you can rewear them. And I don't know what it is about this shape, but I feel so powerful. I feel incredibly powerful in this, like, These sunnies are going to be my favorite this season, and they are from the 70s, which I think is such an amazing history for something that you use every day to have. I find myself to be really inspired by that. And with that, that was my 10 eco swaps products that are going to be my favorite, or already are my favorite for summer 2022. Let me know what your favorites are, or things that you need to use a whole lot or that you love using during the summer. Or you can also just tell me what you're the most excited about. I would love to hear you guys out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a big thank you to Elite Cosmetics for sponsoring this video. Have a really amazing day, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Take really good care of yourselves. Until then, bye. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys help me create green, zero waste content, and I love you guys. You can find the links to my social media accounts down below and the link to my Patreon on this screen. Bye!